dust, dust. If you want to sum it up in 3 words, here's a guy who doesn't have to worry about the dust, at least initially. First truck off the line, young Jason Baldwin, 23 years old, out of Newport Beach, California, and a guy who seems ready to go out and win a race.
He really is. He's had some tremendous finishes last year, both seconds, and he's always in a hunt. His time is due. This is an independent organization. This is a family operation, and they run hard and they run fast. He's in a great position to do well.
A little bit of a spectator area here that has been laid out near the start. Grandstands packed even early in the morning as we watch Marty Coyne come to the line. Now, Marty's an interesting guy. He's a motorcycle dealer in Lemon Grove, California. Makes his money selling bikes and has his fun racing trucks.
He does have fun, David. This thing's got an enormous engine, 660 cubic inches. It's not a state-of-the-art truck. He bought it from Robbie Gordon about 3 years ago, and he does a very decent job in getting it around the course against some tough competition.
You get that thing out on the flat, unleash all the horsepower. That thing is fun to watch. Let's go to the third starter. This is Tim Herbst. The Herbst brothers are from Las Vegas, and if you've driven that neck of the woods, you know the terrible Herbst Oil Company, all those service stations out there along the highway.
Well, this terrible Herbst Ford used to be the Ultra Wheel Ford. They bought it from Jimmy Smith, who won the 1994 Baja 1000 in it, so it's a proven piece. And they are no strangers to the desert. The Herbst brothers have been racing buggies for a number of years and know how to get around this Las Vegas desert.
Let's go on to the Ford Rough Rider team. Paul Simon and his brother Dave out of Fallbrook, California. These guys looking for some good fortune after the difficulties they had in the last show at San Felipe.
Well, they're going to be trying to chase Robbie down, and they know it. Everyone's up against Robbie in this race. The racers love to watch the Simons because they go hard at it.
Robbie, of course, would be Robbie Gordon. We've already met him. You'll have to wait a while to see him leave. He's deep in the field. Here's Kurt LeDuc, and this is an interesting vehicle. This is the only Jeep in the field, the Grand Cherokee. It's a couple of years old. The technology not exactly state-of-the-art. The remarkable thing is the pressure that he puts on the guys up front.
Well, Kurt is a wily racer, and he preps this thing himself. He's got it dialed in so well that, you know, by all rights, it shouldn't be able to do as well as it does, but Kurt and the team, who run on a really tight budget, get the most out of their machine.
Don't ever tell Kurt it won't keep up. Here's Larry Ragland, winner last year of the Baja 1000, all the way to La Paz, a significant honor in off-road racing, but he's had tough luck in 2 races this year.
He really has. Now, I want you to notice that this engine is in the center of that truck. You see those headers? It's in there just like a boat engine is in a V-drive situation.
Ragland, of course, driving the Chevrolet. Chevy versus Ford versus Toyota. A big element here. Jeff Lewis comes out of San Clemente, California, in another Chevy.
First year for Jeff in trophy truck racing. In fact, this particular race truck is not a trophy truck because the one they're building is not quite done. It promises to be an innovation technically because it's going to be an all-wheel drive truck. Jeff's up against it here because this is a really fast course that favors the technology of trophy truck suspension, and the Class 8 that this used to be doesn't have that suspension.
So he'll be hustling, trying to keep up with the likes of Rob McCackern, the famous parking lot attendant who was dubbed by one of the legendary owners of this sport to drive a race truck and ended up being the inaugural champion of the Trophy Truck Series.
Well, he is a champion, a lot of experience. This truck doesn't have a lot of experience. It's only the 3rd race for it, and they're still sorting out the little bugs and gremlins that happen, but I'll tell you, he's going to be busting butt to do his very level best with this fast truck.
A lot of heavy hitters deep in the field. Ivan Stewart, the legendary 50-year-old off-road hero of so many years, driving the Toyota, the little nimble truck against the high horsepower heavy hitters. He's had some tough luck this year as well.
Well, he has. He's had a few little bobbles here and there, but in this race, actually the Toyota's at a kind of a disadvantage because there's so many long straightaways where the horsepower that are in these big V8s can overtake that Toyota.
Speaking of horsepower, here's the man, Robbie Gordon, undefeated in 2 outings this year. The IndyCar racer from Buena Park, California, who loves to get back here to his roots, go racing in the desert.
Well, you just got to love Robbie. You know, the odds are that he can't win 3 in a row because that's never been done in trophy truck racing. But the other thing is that Robbie hasn't had a chance to pre-run and get to learn this course, so it's going to really kind of tax his talent to get around without a mistake.
Big disadvantage for him to be starting in the back. Riding shotgun on the field, the 11th starter is Javier Espinosa, who runs a little airline down in Baja, comes from Ensenada, which is the starting point for the 500, and loves to come to the States to do his thing.
This little S10 is the only other V6 in the field, so he may be at a bit of a disadvantage to the big V8s, but Javier does his very level best to go fast and hard.
So the race is on. 11 trucks at the crack of dawn take to the desert outside State Line, Nevada. And this is the leader off the line, young Jason Baldwin.